Hello everyone, welcome to Sack's Garage Gaming. I am Sack and this is my gaming channel. Today we are playing BeamNG Drive. We are at the Proving Grounds and this video is inspired by FailRace's series Driven Until Destruction. Basically the way this works is we drive around the circuit as expeditiously as we can. Obviously not babying the car and basically testing how many laps we can make it around this proving ground before the truck starts moving. Things that'll keep from moving will be broken drive shafts, overheated engines, pop tires, that kind of stuff. So, with that said, we've got a all-wheel drive truck here. And rules for this are if it gets stuck, we can try to get it unstuck via the node tool here so we can grab parts of the body. If stuff gets in the way like body panels, we can rip those off. If we flip over, we can flip ourselves back over, but any damage from being flipped is fair game for stopping. Those are the ground rules. So without further ado, let's get going. We do have the arcade ABS turned on since we are using a mouse and keyboard. That's because it's all or nothing, so we'll let the game kind of give us some help with not locking up the brakes. Ooh, that was a big bounce. It looks like we came off relatively unscathed mechanically. Blew out our back window, but overall it looks good. Did not see any damage come up in the damage meter. Alright, through this S-turn, the pavement is uneven. Because the back of the pickup truck is so light, it gets bounced around pretty good. Down through the slow part with the water and some rocks, not a big deal. Over these alternating speed humps here, not terrible. This truck understeers terribly, so gotta take the corners a little bit slower. Big sweep and turn here takes us into some pretty aggressive speed bumps, so we want to get ourselves lined up going over them. Ooh, the truck is not enjoying that much at all. Here's a big change from what you may have seen in FailRace's videos are these big spinning death blocks. Ooh, just barely missed. Obviously we can't take those at full speed or else we would be wrecked after one lap every time, so we'll do our best to go a little bit slower. Alright, through this bank turn, got some speed bumps. Got some banked turns going through here, cutting the corner just a little bit. The truck's starting to pull a little bit right, so I think either those speed bumps before the spinners or even possibly those first couple of jumps. Ooh, engine damage, that's not good. I think throw off the geometry of our steering a little bit, it is pulling a little bit right, so I'm having to compensate with a little bit of left wheel every once in a while. Again, mouse and keyboard driving here, so lots of tapping. I apologize if you can hear my mechanical keyboard sounds there. That's just the way it goes. Ooh, that was not a symmetric landing at all. That did not feel good. And again, understeering between it being a pickup truck, the dirt, and some possible steering damage. Oh, didn't need that tailgate anyway. That's fine. Fishtailing here just a little bit, got it back under control. A couple of little dirt bumps here. Those are pretty unsettling. Oof, okay. Did not take that straight, but we still landed 4 wheels down, which is what we need. Yep, we're allowed to reverse away out of any situation if we need to. Let's see here. Alright. Oof. Yeah, the way the truck has been landing heavy on one of those front 2 wheels, that is 1 full lap down. Back over the speed humps into the double tables. Actually, the speed that we took those out was relatively mild. I'm not super upset about that. Again, light pickup truck, getting thrown around, going through those turns, through the water. Kind of cut the corner there a little bit so we didn't get the full effect of the bumps. Through these bumps, though, really upsets the rear of the truck, throws me around there. Ooh. Rear left tire deflated. That's going to give us some serious handling problems here. Between bouncing the bed up and down and not having symmetric drive tires in the back is going to pull the truck even more. may have some steering issues going into the spinners of death. Yeah, that's... Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. That was 100% me. Okay. Yeah, the body damage there is pretty bad according to the indicator on the left, and I would say I agree with that. Ooh, look at that tire there. That is... Let's pull away this fender and these fender wells, see if we can get that tire back, but generally, unless you're a drift car, your tire should not be 90 degrees perpendicular to the frame. Well, apparently the drive shaft is still connected, so that's a plus. You can see it's still spinning there on its own. It's definitely pulling heavy to the right. And apologies for the screeching, but that's just the way that this goes. Obviously, the entire truck just looks terrible. The steering wheel is pointed at an angle towards the passenger side. I don't suspect this is going to go very long. According to our damage meter on the bottom left there, we do have some radiator damage, which I would concur with the way that it's just bent around like a pretzel. And we got a little bit of steam coming out, so it's only a matter of time before this thing seizes up on us. We're on borrowed time, so we'll see how far we can get in this level before this here little square body truck. It kind of looks like an old Dodge Dakota, but it's a nameless little single cab 4x4 pickup truck. Let's see how long it makes it. Alright. Ooh, some mud pit. Okay, that actually helped us slid around a little bit. That's just... Because we don't have a lot of speed, this truck's tending to be very nose heavy over these bumps, which is not great. It's doing okay here, but it is very unsettled with how light the back is. Ooh, I can definitely feel the power starting to go down. I'm flooring it through most of this, and it ain't doing a whole lot for me. Okay, here we go, back on the track. A little jump here into some speed bumps. Ooh, exhaust damage. Yep. Knock the exhaust off. Now got some open headers underneath. Some people like that noise. There's a time and place for it, but not on the road. You can see that the steam and smoke is getting heavier into the double tabletops. Doing the best we can here to keep this here truck going. 2 laps down. And we'll be lucky to get halfway through this next one. The temperature gauge really hasn't shot up yet. If you look in the bottom right corner here by the speedometer and tach, it's holding pretty much mid-range. So we'll see what happens. Oh, just lost a door. Okay, I'll leave the door in the creek there. Don't call the EPA on me, please. Front foot drive shaft, oil pan damage, rear drive shaft. And that's going to be it for us. We broke on the first half of the broken up speed bumps here. So, made it 2, and we'll call that about a 20% lap, maybe 25% because it starts over there. Yeah, normally the odometer works down here, but for some reason it's not today. So, what ended up getting us was both of our drive shafts broke. Looks like our transfer case and transmission are falling off there. Obviously, we already talked about this tire. It was only a matter of time before this engine blew with this bent radiator. It was leaking. If there were occupants in this truck, they would have been done when that happened. Smashed in pretty good. The bed, it's a pickup truck. It's meant to be broken. Still have our spare. You could probably sell that on eBay for $20-$50. Who knows? Marketplace, Facebook. You know, don't want to ship a tire. That's expensive. You lose all your profit. But, oh, engine oil is critically low. That's okay. We don't care. We're going to go ahead and reset back to the start line. And, let's find a different vehicle to play with for this one. I downloaded some classics Let's try some classics here. V8 4-door. Okay. That sounds fun. Let's do black. Make it feel kind of gangster. We'll replace our current vehicle with that one. Give it some time to load. Okay, well, look at that. The Crash Hard Classic. Looking pretty good. Nice and shiny. We'll see how our video card does with this. Oh, what is that? Okay, so it has shocks up front, but it has a sideways leaf spring. For that, and then obviously the solid axle, it's not driven. But it has this X-brace, which is very interesting. What does that do? Okay, the X-brace connects back to these rear leaves as well onto this solid rear axle. Tires are a little bit wider than I expected for this era. I expected some donuts, but I don't suspect that they're going to work very well for this. So without further ado, ooh, that gas tank is very exposed. That could pose a problem if we land poorly. But we'll see what happens. All right. Ooh, that was a pretty stout first gear for a car of this age. Ooh, boy, this is, oh gosh, that, did you guys see how poorly it took those bumps? Ooh, it did not like those. Ooh, the tabletops. Ooh, oh. Okay. That's just a little flesh wound. No big deal. But boy, as soon as it hit those bumps, that suspension did not take that well at all. It just, I don't even know what to describe that as. It just kind of shook violently back and forth. And, it just completely unsettles this car, and it is no longer able to be handled. Those sideways leaves are not keeping this car planted at all. Probably couple that with the narrower tires, it's probably not helping much. It's just spitting out on me. This could be a long couple laps if we can get this car through here. We'll see. We'll see how well it's built. Oof, that for the era, I suspect it's a live rear axle, so let's put a little too much power through that turn, spun ourselves out, and of course we're on the sand, so we're struggling to get back onto the pavement. We'll see the front fender wells are struggling to stay on. That rollover knocked them loose from the mounts, obviously. A fair bit of understeer. Ooh. These are some big whoops. I don't think it likes that. Nope, it did not like that at all. Alright, let's see. Alright. Steering's not great through here, so we're going to go ahead and attempt to shoot this through here. Okay, ooh, we made it. Nice. Alright, through the bumps. This car does not like bumps. Rides like a dang stagecoach. Alright, it's a stagecoach with a V8 basically. We'll see. Small little jump here. And here comes a big jump. This might be the make or break for us. Ooh, very front heavy. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Okay, ooh. I think the wall may have saved us there. Lost a bumper on the front. Overall, quick vehicle check looks decent. We're going to go ahead and continue along with what we got. Doing some rally driving here. Lots of oversteer. Ooh, does not like the bumps. Does not like the bumps. Alright, we're off the gas. Who put trees here? I need to talk to the track manager. That is unacceptable for a racetrack. They're just getting in the way. Ooh. Lost our grill there. It's alright. I'm still surprised that the suspension is holding up. Must be pretty stout springs. It is, ooh, it's starting to overheat. You see the steam coming there, and our temperature gauge is almost up to the upper limit, so looks like we're on borrowed time on this one too. That first jump where it was nose heavy, I think is what's going to do us in. Ooh, we lost, is that a hubcap? I don't know, but we just hit the radiator again, so that's not good. Alright, looks like we're stuck on this tree, so we're going to go ahead and pull the tail light there. That's not what we wanted. Just got to get ourselves out of that tree. There we go. Alright, the car is still drivable, so we're not going to use the fact that they left trees on the track as a determining factor for this car being totaled and undrivable. Okay, that's just, ugh, this thing just bounces. It's awful. You know, classy car cruising around town, not bad, but you know, trying to drive it at any sort of, you know, quick clip is really just you're gonna have a bad day. Oh, nose low into the double tabletop. Ooh, with another rollover. Ooh, hey, you know what? The transmission's painted a nice red. That's kind of a nice touch. But, yep, okay, yep. We're leaving behind a smoke screen. That's a added feature. You know, not standard from the dealership, but that's okay. Missing a taillight, we pulled that off. Hopefully, Highway Patrol doesn't pull us over. Probably won't like what they find in the car. Alright, going through here. Ooh, it's losing power. Engine locked up. Engine broken. Alright, well, so we died in the creek on our second lap. That, I don't know if the frame was bent like that before. I don't think it was, because you can see that this cowl here doesn't line up with the back there. So I think those nose dives down didn't do us much good as far as structural integrity of our old classic here. Yep, you can see that yeah, drive shaft is up into that frame rail, but the tail of the transmission is pointed pretty far down, so we definitely bent this up. None of the tires popped. Overall, it held up pretty decently, and could have been a lot worse. All right, we'll do one more for this video. I downloaded a mod. Let me see if I can find it here. Bendy bus. So we'll do race red, because why not? I guess the red doesn't work. Anyway, bendy buses. So for anybody who's lived in a city or traveled to a city knows that most of them now have bendy buses where they articulate in the center here, and the engine's at the back driving the rear wheels, and you got the steer wheels up front. Obviously this won't go very fast, and I reckon we're going to have a pretty difficult time making it through those spinning wheels of death. So this may be a pretty quick third vehicle for this video, but we shall see. I did not like those tabletops because the wheelbase is so long. That's alright. Through this S-turn. Gosh, just bouncing us around. That's okay. Alright, into the creek. Kicking up some panels. Okay. Over this. I gotta slow down for this turn. Okay. Very slow response in the steering. It is a bus after all. Oof, gotta slow down for this decreasing radius turn into our big speed bumps. I don't think it's gonna like this. Oh gosh, I gotta see the chiropractor after that one. Okay. Yeah. This just science, like, we're too big for that gap, so we're gonna do the best we can. That's all you can really ask for. Oh, that, I don't know if that was the best we could. I feel like we may have failed in that endeavor. Yeah, let's try that again. Scoot a little more left this time. Ooh. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to pull this away. The problem is that this right here is trying to spin this way, and that one's trying to spin that way. And, you know, pull it. I think we may just be wedged in here and stuck. Ah, come on. We're trying, guys. We're trying. Kind of wiggle it out. We gotta zoom out a little bit here. Okay. See if we can't grab. Oh, there goes the engine cover. Didn't need that any. Oh, that was that the radiator or is that a shroud? I think that's just a shroud. Okay, there we go. There's gotta play with our cameras here. There we go. Back to our orbit cam. There's definitely some sort of material struggles here. Doesn't want to push our bus, which is interesting. Ooh, that front wheel's pretty damaged. That may be what, yeah. That may be what's doing it for us. Gotta roll out just a little bit here. That may be... I may have done it. Okay, well, you know what? We were right. We're going to go ahead and put this one back home and give you guys one more vehicle, because that just was... I don't think that was fair. As far as, yeah, it was pretty quick. Let's see what these 8x8s look like. Okay. Big cargo trucks. Let's see what the model looks like. I'm sure it'll do fine on all the off-roading portions, but fitting through the spinners, maybe its thing. You know what I could do, though, is I could always modify the map myself and get rid of the spinners. Because that doesn't really test the durability. You know what? Let's do that. I think we may have frozen our game here, so what we're going to do is pause real quick, and we'll be right back with another bus. Alright guys, we are back with the Bendy bus, and the spinners are removed. That will, I really think the spinners are a little bit of overkill as far as testing these vehicles. So again, with the Bendy bus, we are going to take it around as many laps as we can before it will no longer move under its own power or be operable through steering. And I really do think that big jump where it transitions from the pavement to the dirt may be what does this in, because it's just so heavy and long. I think that the force is going to really do something bad to it. It's not going to be able to get enough speed to kind of launch off the ramp and try to land flat. It's going to come off at a really terrible angle. So we'll see. Oof, oof. Not good, not good, not good. But it's not like this. Oops, I accidentally left the old truck there. That's fine, it's in the way. No more spinny things. Alright, around bank turn with the speed bumps. There's some more banks. That's fine. Small transition here to dirt. And here's the big jump I don't like. Oh god. Oh yeah, definitely see some frame damage there up front. It is definitely bowed up. All that does is help our approach angle, if anything, so... Take it around this turn. Not a great turn radius. Steering is pretty slow. But you know what? We'll just go ahead and take this course at 30 miles an hour. That's about all we're getting out of it. Ooh, this one might not be good because it just falls straight off. Actually, I think the length of the bus may help there. Because it kind of just slides right off. Not what I was expecting. Oh boy, it does not like these big jumps. We're over revving the engine a little bit. Yeah. Bendy buses were meant for flat city streets. It's just over revving the engine just a little bit, it's fine. Ooh, big jump here. Alright, 1 lap down. And, just as suspected, the taking out the spinners really helped there. Alright, not bad for the speed bumps. It does not like the tabletops. Although the approach angle seems to be helping a little bit in minimizing the amount of bouncing up and down over that compared to the first lap. So maybe bending the frame up a little bit in the front, getting that ground clearance helped a little bit. But, yeah. The radiator, according to our damage meter on the bottom left there, is not doing so hot. But that might just be a... right, because this is a mod, it may assume that the radiator is at the front of the bus. And in actuality, it's actually at the back. Because it is a diesel pusher after all. I'm trying to drive and look at the same time here. It's not working so hot for me. It's okay. Yep, got the army truck parked in the way again. That's alright. Back around our banked turn. Taking a good racing line through that S turn. Alright, let's see how that does on this jump. I'm gonna take it at about 35. Ooh. Oh, is there a drive shaft in the bendy part? Is that articulated drive shaft broken? Well, we're going to try to pull this off of here, because that was entirely my fault for just not lining up that jump very well. See if we can't pull this bad boy over. Ooh. Yeah, we broke. She broke. Alright, so we made about a lap and a half. That's not bad. Overall, the bus isn't in terrible condition. We just kind of squished in the front. Broke some windows. A couple body panels out the back. We lost our drive shaft. So, I mean, all in all, that's... I'm satisfied with that. It took some punishment. Our backs need to be readjusted and you go see the chiropractor tomorrow, but overall, not terrible. That's we're gonna go ahead and leave it off there. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Sax Garage Gaming. You can look forward to more of these in the future as we play solo and with our friends. Until then, if you would, please consider liking and subscribing to help the YouTube algorithm help this channel grow. And you can go visit me on my main channel at Sax Garage. And until next time, have a good night.